Thanks to Replace Your University. They do incredible work to combat woke education and teach Americans just like you how to create a career and lifestyle that isn't reliant on woke institutions. With Replace Your University, you'll learn how to replace your mortgage in just 5 to 7 years. You heard that right, 5 to 7 years. You'll learn to manage your dollars and even become your own boss so you can spend more time with your family, get more involved in your local communities, and serve in grassroots campaigns and organizations without worrying about your financial future. In the last 7 years, they've served over 6,000 clients in all 50 states and helped them prepare to be independent in every possible way.
Thank you, Dr. Turley, for coming in and speaking with us. I enjoy your videos a lot.
Oh, thank you.
In honor of Veterans Day, I want to ask you a question about the military and what you think the Biden is trying to do to it. Our son is a lieutenant colonel, and he is just put in for his religious exemption. I don't know if anybody knows, but
Yeah.
they put you through major hoops.
Oh, it's crazy.
3 or 4 already. Met with a 2 or 3 star general, I think, yesterday, and it's just horrible. So he fought in Iraq. He has a Bronze Star for Valor,
Wow.
tours in Iraq, but he's looking at being And these soldiers, there's thousands of them. There's 5,000
Sure.
in the Air Force alone. In the Army, there's going to be way more. What is it that they're trying to do to the military? This isn't just, let's just make them get a job. What are they trying? Are they trying to destroy?
Yes. Everything woke turns to dung, as they would say in the King James. I think the way to understand it is what has happened with the globalist paradigm, the old legacy modernist paradigm, is it's become post-American. So it's not like we're Americans who are disagreeing with other Americans. In a real sense, we're Americans, faith, family, and freedom, who are disagreeing with post-Americans. They hate America. They despise them. They hate our history. They hate our culture, our customs. They hate Christianity. They hate it. Sleepy Joe doesn't even know where he is. Okay, so he's just an empty shell in many ways. It's just being used. I think he's a very evil man, but I think he's like Nietzsche. You know, he's at the last stage of his life, and he's just babbling half the time. You know, and we all get to watch and cringe. But all right, where am I? I have supposed to introduce somebody. Just please, just. When you have 2/3 of the American population who don't want you to run again, you're not doing very well. So I think in the end they're trying to recast all of our traditions, most especially at the Constitution, and they've been doing that since the 70s, 60s and 70s, right? Recast the Constitution in their Marxist image. So as to create a great globalist society without borders, because borders and globalism are like oil and water. You can't be global and have borders, but globalism is borderless by definition. So I think they're creating a woke army. They figure we've got enough nukes, so we'll be able to deter anybody we need to. But hey, if America loses its battles that it's fought and so forth, so be it. Look what they did in Afghanistan. Look at what they, and again, I was for pulling out of Afghanistan, but I think the Air Force Base was absolutely essential there to maintain some leverage over them. They just got rid. So I think in the end, they just want to they want to burn it all down. That's in the end. What you saw a year ago last summer is what I think the vast majority of Democrats want. And it's tragic. I don't say that lightly, but how else do you explain it? Look what they're doing to gender. Right? Look what they're doing to pronouns. Look what they're doing to reality. You know, it's just so it's at war. It's a clenched fist at reality. And when I read the history books and when I read scripture, that doesn't turn out too well for them.
Hi, my name is Anna. My son Luke is here. He has autism, so he's a special needs student. I'm a special education teacher. What I spoke to one of the free PA staff right there before, what they're doing with the CRT, they are now relabeling it as social emotional learning,
right,
which I was doing way previously for special needs students. So now they're relabeling it as that, which it is not.
Right,
My
sure.
son has had plenty of that. But my concern is, I see masks for the special needs students. A lot of them have meltdowns,
Yes.
which are not reported in the schools. A lot of my students are crying. I actually have them give them the mask break. They're not allowed to have a mask break.
Right.
I pull them out one-on-one. I said, I'll take the heat. I'll
Right.
get in trouble. Don't worry about it. And I give them the mask break for however time, 45 minutes, half hour that I see them. The oddball. I actually call Wolf Joseph Stalin. And we have a saying in our house, basement Beijing fight.
I love BBB. Yeah, sleepy creepy. Remember, I live 20 minutes away from his basement. You can actually hear him snoring in midday. It's really, yeah.
Where does free speech for the students begin and where does it end? I was in one of the schools, and for confidentiality reasons, I can't say where.
Right.
But they had a big billboard with Black Lives Matter.
Sure,
and
sure.
Power Save. And then my son, he wore this to school.
Let's go for it.
They said he was not allowed to wear it.
Love it. Right.
Why are some students allowed to
All right, that's easy. That's easy. Okay, so free speech does not exist anymore. That's gone. That took a leap a long time ago. Constitutional rights don't exist. What you have to understand is we're right now we're in a hyper partisanized state, where even pronouns are partisanized. All right, kindergarten is partisanized. Let's go Brandon is partisan. Okay, we're in a hyper partisanized state. Again, just to put this all the way through. Kenosha was totally decimated, and only one kid is being charged. Let that hit you. Only one kid in that entire insanity has charges leveled against him, and it's life imprisonment. They don't have the death penalty in Wisconsin. So that's the weaponization of law. You have the weaponization of the law, the weaponization of the Constitution, the weaponization of everything, because they recognize that the new politics that's emerging is going to wipe them out. They recognize that. That's why the left is panicking. They know this is a battle to the death. They know we both can't long-term exist. They know that. Now, they don't necessarily know they're dying out. They don't know that part. That's where I come in. That's where I say, let me help you. Come to my channel. I show you. Every day I show you. There, I make lamb. It'll be okay. They don't know that, but they know there is. They know that Trump and the Patriot movement was an existential threat to their existence. And if an America First, MAGA-based domestic and foreign policy were to be fully implemented in the majority of states and in the federal government, their days are over. You would need a new left. And the new left, interestingly, we're already seeing it. And that's the tribalism. That's the La Raza. That's the BLM. So they're breaking up, ironically, into a far right, if you think about it from a racial vantage point, right? In other words, BLM is every bit a part of the alt-right as any white nationalist. So the world is actually breaking up into two versions of the right. One is a civic nationalism that Trump affirmed, that's multiracial, multi-ethnic, that brings us all together through our Christian faith, versus an ethnic nationalism that balkanizes around neo-tribalist racism. And those are going to be our two choices. I don't know which one we're ultimately going to pick. I don't know that. I do believe because patriots are the new political subject, we're going to go civic nationalism all the way. It's going to be MAGA all the way. But the new left is ironically, I think, going to be a far right. It's going to be a very straight, again, left and right is being redrawn all over the place. It's a whole new paradigm that's coming up. So there you go.